I just got off the phone with Miss Santos. Where do you get off telling her I'm some kind of jewel-thieving peeping Tom?
I'm sorry, but I thought she had a right to know what I know.
You don't know zip. I had nothing to do with the theft of that carousel horse. Just because I did time doesn't mean I'm guilty of every crime that comes down the pike, you know.
I know that now, and I'm really sorry.
I figured if I did a good job here, it would prove to everybody once and for all that I was totally trustworthy. That I was more than just an ex-con. A lot more. Okay, so maybe I'm trying a little too hard. Maybe people's entry codes should be off limits. It's just that this job means everything to me. I don't want to screw it up.
I guess I was a little overzealous, too. I'm really sorry. I'll see you around.
Any luck?
I think we're all set. I know the tune, and I've got a harmonica.
Play it for Miles and see what happens.
My oral sensors are ready. Suck it to me. Hooray!
I remember that song. I did ride the carousel. Over and over and over. Always the same horse. Always the same black horse.
You loved the carousel, and you loved one horse in particular. It was not the lead horse, and it was not spectacular, but you loved it, Joy. What was its name?
I can't remember.
Do you know the name?
Of course I do. I am Miles the Magnificent Memory Machine. However, I am not programmed to continue unless and until you remember the name of that horse. You loved it so much that your mother bought it for you.
She was the one who bought the horse off the carousel? Then I know the name. Glory.
Glory. That's right. Glory. My mother gave him to me for my birthday. My 4th birthday. She died in a car accident that very night.
How awful. No wonder you forgot how much you loved the carousel. It would have reminded you of your mother.
I hated the park after my mother died. I hated the carousel, and I hated that horse. I blamed it for what happened to my mother. I had my father destroy it.
But your father did not destroy it. Instead, he stored it. He hoped that someday, with the help of Miles the Magnificent Memory Machine, you would come to terms with your past. And because that is what you are doing, here is the 3rd and final riddle. Ask Tink for the book you and I used to read about Kessler and Amelia So Kind. Give her nickname a spin on spook number 10. Then the brass prize arrange on its forearm so strange. And something long lost and cherished you'll find.
Tink's the guy who runs the carousel. Let's give him a call. I've got his number.
No. Nancy, I did something terrible. I turned the power off to the roller coaster and caused the accident that shut down the park. I blamed Miss Santos for my father's death, just like I blamed that horse for what happened to my mother. I feel horrible. Keep going without me, Nancy. I have to go see Miss Santos and apologize.
It would be rude to use my phone now.
This is Tink.
Hi, it's Nancy Drew. Did you land that fish?
I don't want to talk about it. That answer your question?
According to the late Daryl Trent, you have a book about Rolf Kessler and his wife.
Not anymore, I don't.
You don't have it?
Daryl Trent was kind of an oddball, you know what I mean? So when he gave me the book, I said I'd hang on to it just to humor him. As soon as he died, I pitched it.
Did you ever read the book yourself?
Nah, not really. I just kind of glanced through it.
Do you by any chance remember Amelia's nickname?
Who's Amelia?
Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
Have fun fishing!
I'm trying.
Sukov.
Hi, it's Nancy Drew again. I have another question for you about Rolf Kessler. A very important question.
Let's hear it.
Would you happen to know the nickname Rolf Kessler gave his wife, Amelia?
Of course I do. At least, I thought I did. It was an Austrian term of endearment, rather common. Oh, come on, Anton, think. Spazi. That was it. Spazi. S-P-A-T-Z-I. He always called her Spazi.
Thanks for all the info.
The pleasure was all mine.
Looks like Spook 10 is missing an arm. It's been red tagged. Better not take the tag until I fix this. Oops, no power. It's locked.
Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
I found something underneath the carousel that looks like it might be a remote control device.
Oh, I'd like to see it. Interesting. I looked under there. Wonder how I missed it. May I have this?
Actually, I'd kind of like to keep it.
Suit yourself.
Did you know that the man who carved the carousel horses had a workshop under what's now the haunted house?
How appropriate, considering Kessler's belief in the supernatural and all.
I discovered a hidden door in the haunted house.
Is that right?
I was hoping you might know what's behind it.
It's obvious you don't put much stock in curses, but a word to the wise, there really do exist some doors that no one should open. I'd be very careful if I were you.
I understand that you know the man who got hurt in that roller coaster accident, Lance Huffington?
I've talked to him. I don't really know him.
How did you meet him?
Look, what are you getting at?
I was just wondering if maybe you and he are in cahoots.
Are you suggesting that he and I planned the accident? He gets on the coaster, I shut off the power, he cries whiplash and gives me half of whatever he gets from the lawsuit? Interesting theory. Unfortunately, it's totally wrong. I called him to tell him to rub his neck 3 times a day with witch hazel and lavender. If his neck is really injured, that will cure it. Why are you so eager to accuse me of something?
Because you seem to have a lot of money, far more than the park pays you. I can't help but wonder where it's coming from.
All right. I have been making money on the side, but it's not what you think. I've been helping someone design a roller coaster. I even let him borrow the blueprints for our coaster, so he could study them, not steal them. I kept it secret because it could be construed as conflict of interest. This guy knows I'm taking a risk, so he pays me very well. Now, your turn. It's obvious that you've been nosing around in here. How did you get in?
Someone made a tape of you entering your security code into the keypad outside, which I just happened to see.
Harlan. I knew it bugged him that this place was off limits, but spying on me? That guy's got a real problem. As for you, I'd appreciate it if you would kindly remove your nice and deficient little self from my office. I have work to do. Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
There's a dummy in the haunted house that's been red tagged. It's missing an arm. Any chance it'll be up and running again in the near future?
Got the arm right here. Just needed a battery. That's one of the dummies Joy Trent's father created. Probably why the circuitry is so bizarre. It works, though, so just reattach it. You'll need pliers. Oh, and don't forget to take the red tag back to Spy Master Bishop.
Thanks for your help.
Remember, niacin.
Will Nancy Drew please report to the security office?
I stepped out for a second, and when I came back, somebody'd left this envelope on my desk. Looks like it's for you. Got your name on it anyway.
There's nothing inside but a key. Maybe it opens that door in the haunted house.
Here, let me toss that envelope for you. I want to apologize for jumping all over you like that before. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that I would have done just what you did. No hard feelings?
No hard feelings. It's locked. Maybe these stairs go down to Kessler's workshop. That looks tight enough.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
Could you please turn the juice back on to the dummy in the haunted house that Ingrid was fixing? Here's the tag.
You've really got the system down, don't you? I'll just flip the switch and you'll be good to go.
I'll see you around.
Sounds good.
Sure don't feel very safe. Oh my gosh, these must be jewels from that jewel heist. A letter. Joy's father must have left it for her. My dearest Joy, I hope Miles and his riddles have helped you remember how much you adored this horse and how dearly you loved the woman who gave it to you. I found this picture of her years ago, but I didn't want to give it to you until I knew you were ready. She loved you more than anything, Joy. We both did. Dad. P.S. If you want to see where Glory was carved, look for Kessler's symbol on the wall. I could never spend a lot of time in there. Very strange vibes. I should probably take these with me. So this was Kessler's workshop. Somebody's been making reproductions, or should I say forgeries. I'll bet that's the carousel horse that was stolen.
Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. What have you done?
It's what you've done. You stole the horse, you fabricated the whole haunted carousel thing to increase its value, and now you're making not just one forgery, but several.
You think?
You let everyone believe you were just a hopeless procrastinator. But this is the real reason you're behind in your work, isn't it?
Right on all counts. Unfortunately, you're not going to get to tell anyone else. Ever.
No, wait. Look what I have. They're diamonds. Real diamonds. Someone stole them 23 years ago and stashed them in the park.
Well, well, little icing on the cake.
That's right. You want them? Here.
Ouch! Hey!
I've got to get out of here. I'm trapped. I've got to get out of here.
I've got you, Nancy. You're cornered. You might as well give up. Ah! Ah!
Soon as I get out of here, I'm going to call the police, Elliot. So don't bother making plans for tonight. Or the next 10 years. Dear Ned, after trapping Elliot, I managed to pry the exit open and had Harlan call the police. Elliot admitted to stealing the carousel horse and planning the remote control device. He knew that publicity from the hauntings would increase the value of his forgeries. Needless to say, he's gone back to not liking me. Harlan, on the other hand, adores me now, because not only did he share the credit for busting Elliot, but his sudden fame brought him 3 job offers. He's staying on at Captain's Cove out of loyalty to Paula, but he's happy knowing that being an ex-con will probably never be an issue for him again. As for Ingrid, she promptly attributed Elliot's bad behavior to a deficiency in some mineral I couldn't pronounce. And Joy, when I gave her the picture of her mother, she started smiling and has yet to stop. Inventing Miles was the best thing her late father could have done for her. In fact, when I went to the park to say goodbye just now, she wasn't in her office. She was riding the carousel. Ever yours, Nancy.